Hey, coaches, this is Joe Salas. I want to thank Nick for having me on his channel. I encourage everybody check out my Coach Joe Salas channel on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000, and I appreciate your help. Today, Nick kind of challenged me. He came on my channel and did a wing T guy came on an air raid channel and did wide receiver play. So he kind of challenged me to talk about air raid a little bit on his channel. So I'm going to go through, the bread and butter of all air raid offenses. We're going to talk about quick screens and then show you a little counter punch off the quick screen that I did a video on a few weeks ago that I really like. So I'm going to share the screen here. This is the first round playoff game. And let me get this off here. And we threw a bunch of quick screens. I think somewhere around 9 or 10 quick screens in this game. So I'm going to take you through all of them and all the way up to the counter punch that we use. But our quick screens, and this first one is the only one that didn't go good. This is Laser Larry, a quick screen or a now screen or a spot screen. That's what different people call them. This is the only one. This one went, because of this formation, Laser Larry, it went for a -1. But it's a chance to go ahead and explain this thing to you. We use it. Our quick screens are basically our perimeter runs. We're trying to get, usually our outside receivers are our best receivers, and we're just trying to get the ball into their hands. The linemen, only 2 of our offensive linemen have to get involved in the screen, so the rest of them are just pass setting. But the tackle, play side tackle, will run the sidewalk, and then the play side guard will kind of run the alley, and the receivers are going to take care of themselves up here. So let's go ahead and watch this first one get blown up. This is a good way to start the game. And well, obviously we don't want to cross across the field. But what happened here is the lineman pulled the D lineman with them because they just took off running. So watch the left tackle, left guard. I think the left guard did a little something, but the left tackle just took off. So the defensive end followed him, and then the D tackle followed him. All right. So here's the next one. This is actually a Tom. So this is a bubble screen, which is our second favorite screen. And for us, we run the counter. So we'll be running counter left, which is 25, and be running the bubble screen at the same time. And the quarterback pretty much gets to decide. So when we call this would be slot left Tom. When we call it, we're calling the bubble screen. But if the quarterback got out here and they had 3-on-3 all in our face and we knew the bubble screen wasn't good, then he would just turn to the running back and say, you, and he would hand it off because the O-line thinks that we're running bubble. I mean, they think that we're running counter. So you'll see the offensive line block the counter. The quarterback liked it. We get kind of a halfway block right there, and that's all you need. And this thing went for 21 yards. Let me run it back one more time. So nothing special on the bubble screen. He blocks 1. He blocks 2. He pedals out, and we do the pedal version just because I think it's just so much easier for the quarterback to make a good throw. The number 2 guy just barely got a piece of the walk player, and it turns into a nice play, 21-yard gain. All right, this is one of our favorite formations. This is called trio left, and this is trio left Larry. So it's a right now screen to the X. Same thing. We should have the tackle step down and run the sidewalk. We should have the guard step down and run the alley. The H should block him, and the Y should get up here on the corner. So let's see how it looks. Looks like we had a freeze call on first. Checking the play. We liked it because it was 3-on-2. But what we're still getting on this game is we're getting the defensive end just chasing the tackle out. You see how the tackle, he's not stepping down at all. What we want, and part of it's the defensive end's technique here, is the D end is not running up the field at all. He's just stepping and reading, and then he's running with the tackle, and he got a piece of that one. So we end up getting a 3-yard gain, which to us is fine. We're happy with a 3-yard gain. All right, this is slot left, Roger. So now we're throwing the quick screen out here to the single receiver side, and the tackle is taking the first block. He's getting the corner. So let's watch this one. And even though the right tackle got hung up, you see the success. Look at the technique of the right tackle. Even though he gets hung up, he steps down and then tries to get out. And even though he got hung up, what didn't happen was what you saw in the first 2 Larrys is this defensive end didn't just chase out there with him. So by holding the defensive end, we got the play started. Ended up being a 10-yard gain. And to us, it's just throw it to an athlete out in space and let them go make some yards for you. All right, so here's the counter punch, and I did a video on this one on my channel. When we want a big play, we've been peppering the Rodgers over here on the single receiver side, and now we're going to run a Fox off of it, and it ends up being a big play. So all the Foxes is now we're faking the Roger, and look how hard the corner triggers. That's because we've been peppering him over there, and he's trying to stop that Roger. Quarterback just pumps it to him, and then just floats it out there to the running back, and it's a 38-yard completion for a touchdown. And that was a play that really broke up in this game. This was really a dogfight of a game, first-round playoff game, and that play really opened things up. But here's what I want you to see is this is the next time we run it off of that same look. So we just hit them with that Fox, but see what it did. See what it does on the next Roger. This one's just a regular Roger. And now the next Roger goes for 19 yards. So the Fox does more than just, the Fox is a big play ball, but it also opened up the Rodgers the rest of the night because now that guy was a little more timid about coming forward and trying to hard-nose the Rodgers. All right, now same thing other way. So now we're going single receiver side. This is slot right Larry. We're throwing the Larry, the now screen to the single receiver side again. And easy 10-yard gain. All right, even though you notice this is let me go back. We're back at the beginning. But the left tackle looked like he never did fix his issue. Just the defensive end didn't do as good a job of chasing it out there that time. So that is our quick screen game, Larry's and Rodgers. Again, for us, it is a way to tire out the defense, to force them to run sideline to sideline. Only 2 of our big boys are involved. The rest of the big boys are just pass setting. So they're basically resting during that period, during that play rather. But the whole defense is having to run. And so it's a way, part of air raid philosophy is, if the defense is better than you, tire them out by going sideline to sideline so that you can start getting the advantage on them. So that's part of the tempo, and that's part of the quick screen philosophy is just running the defense sideline to sideline, wearing them out. When big, strong guys get tired, they're not quite as mean as they used to be. So Larry Roger out of Air Raid. And, Coach, I appreciate you having me on, man.